Do you need a great marketing tool to advertise your business or event? Then use Ottumwa Coasters. Get your business or event on drink coasters featured in Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. It's the most fun and effective way to reach the community. Starting at just $199, you get 1,000 coasters delivered to Ottumwa's most popular restaurants. Look for Ottumwa Coasters on Facebook or call or text 573-932-0111.
He's been your favorite guest at the breakfast table for years and years and years. He makes you laugh, he keeps you informed, and he doesn't steal the cornflakes.
Excuse me. Sorry.
It's time for the Morning Wake Up with Steve Shetler.
Well, hi there, and a good morning to you on this Tuesday. What do we got? Tuesday, December 19th. Hey, welcome to the Morning Wake Up. It's brought to us by our friends at Ottumwa Coasters. And let's take a look at them right now. Of course, you can like and follow Ottumwa Coasters on Facebook. A great way to market and advertise your business. Get your logo, get your information in front of a bunch of people in Ottumwa, Iowa, as these drink coasters go out to all of the popular restaurants in the Ottumwa, Iowa area. Again, that is Ottumwa Coasters. You can see what they look like right there. The Steve Shetler Media coaster right there in the middle. In fact, not only in Ottumwa you can look for that particular coaster, but you can look for those Steve Shetler Media coasters in Sigourney, Iowa, as those have been placed in all the popular places here in Sigourney. So Ottumwa Coasters, Steve Shetler Media, we're teaming up and we're doing big things. And you should use Ottumwa Coasters to advertise your business as well. Hey, we do thank Amy's Salon House and Spa in Sigourney for bringing us our forecast. You can call or text Amy for an appointment, 641-622-3772. They're located at 202 North Main in Sigourney. And get into Amy's. Get yourself a gift card, a gift certificate, as that would be a great stocking stuffer for Christmas. We are under a week away, people, from Christmas, and Amy's would be a great place to go if you need a last-second gift. They can also always help you out with your hair services, spa services, extensions, products, and tanning. Amy's Salon House and Spa sponsoring our weather, which for today is mostly sunny, a high around 41, still breezy, as we could see wind gusts anywhere from 25 to 30 miles per hour. So definitely still windy today. And gusts tonight as high as about 20 to 21 miles per hour. Partly cloudy tonight, a low of 29. Tomorrow, Wednesday, mostly sunny. Tomorrow's going to be the highlight of the week, I think. Mostly sunny and 50 on Wednesday. And really not too bad of winds. South to southeast winds around 5 to 10 miles per hour on Wednesday. Wednesday night, cloudy, a low of 35, and then a chance of some rain coming up on Thursday, cloudy, and a high of 49. Right now, looking at current conditions, humidity at 83%, winds south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour, barometric pressure at 30.22, and 19 chilly degrees to start off our day here in southeast Iowa. Now, if you want to look ahead to like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, it looks like it's going to be not a white Christmas. It'll be a wet Christmas, as Sunday night, Christmas Eve, rain is likely and a low of 46. Christmas Day, rain again likely and a high of 55. So a rainy Christmas Eve and Christmas Day forecast here in southeast Iowa. Your weather brought to us by our friends at Amy's Salon House and Spa. Hey, keep in mind, yesterday we started up our final Christmas giveaway of the season. Our winner will be drawn on Friday this week, so you can have these just in time for Christmas. Our Christmas prize pack this time around are $25 gift cards to Grant Ranch, More Hair Designs, Barn Wired, Mahaska Drug, Brothers Market, and Fringe Boutique. Again, those are all $25 gift cards to those businesses going to one person. It's a prize pack, $150 worth of gift cards right there. So use those for yourself. Use those as Christmas gift ideas. Again, all you have to do is just scroll down through my news feed, go to the post from yesterday, and the key to winning this is to like, share, and then leave me a Facebook review or rating. So if you go to my page, you'll see that you can leave a review. Click on that. You can recommend me, write up. Everybody's writing nice stuff. I find that so humbling. But if you don't like me, you could give me a 0-star review and say Steve sucks. I mean, that's your prerogative. But if you want to leave me a positive review, you can do that and get yourself in the running for that prize pack. We'll draw that coming up on Friday. So we'll get in on that, and maybe you will win. Hey, coming up tonight here on Steve Shuttler Media, it's Keota Eagle basketball, as Montezuma will be at Keota, and we'll have the girls and boys games on the air. Girls start first at 6 p.m., followed by the boys. So tune in as myself, Eddie Conrad, and Andy McGuire will have the call of the game. We always have fun with the call of the game. So tune in. Girls and boys, Keota Eagles basketball, again, hosting the Montezuma Braves. That's tonight, starting at 6 with our coverage. Pre-game, right around 10 till 5:50. So tune in. We've got basketball coming up tonight here on Steve Shuttler Media. And also, one last thing to remind you about on Friday. We will have our Iowa Music Showcase live at Barn Wired. And there you see that guy with his arms folded and the cowboy hat on. Eli Alger will be hanging out with me this Friday from 11:30 to noon. Eli is a good guy. He is always an entertaining interview. He'll be playing us some of his original tunes. He's an Iowa guy. He's a lot of fun. His dad, if that last name Alger rings any bells for Hawkeye fans, it's because his dad is legendary Hawkeye wrestler Royce Alger, and Eli is Royce's son, does country music for a living, and he's coming to Barn Wired in Sigourney on Friday from 11:30 to noon for our Iowa Music Showcase. Make sure you tune in or stop in. You can hang out with us live and in person and have some coffee, have some lunch. Or if you can't make it, you can just tune in live on Steve Shuttler Media, Facebook, and YouTube and watch that live. Hey, we are doing the morning wake up here on Steve Shuttler Media, brought to us by our friends at Ottumwa Coasters. A good morning to you. Let's see. I got to run through some good mornings in the comments. We've got Katie. Good morning to you. Tell Bubby good morning for me. Got Sherry, got Renee, Amber, Eloise, Keith, Amber, and Kathy and Kurt. So good morning to all of you. Amber says there is must be Sigourney Esports playing Overwatch today. So best of luck to the Sigourney Savage Esports team as they continue on in their fun stuff they got going on. Hey, let's go ahead and do some birthdays. Happy birthday. Oh, yeah. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. All right, birthdays. Hey, we got kind of a radio birthday today. Tim Reed, Venus Flytrap from WKRP in Cincinnati. Tim Reed, again, Venus Flytrap, turning 79 years old today. Happy birthday to Tim. We've got from the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, John McEwen, singer and guitarist, turning 78 years old. Country singer Janie Fricke, turning 76 years old. I always thought that last name was always so interesting and fun to say. Janie Fricke. 76 years old. Basketball player Kevin McHale. Of course, he played with the Celtics. I believe he coached the Timberwolves. 66 years old for Kevin McHale. Actor Mike Lookinland. Does that name ring a bell? If you're my age or around my age, you might remember Mike Lookinland as Bobby Brady from the Brady Bunch, turning 63. My favorite Bobby Brady moment was when he got the drum set. And you remember that? Anybody remember that? Bobby Brady playing the drums. Google it. It was fun stuff. Jennifer Beals, the actress from Flashdance, turning 60. We've got magician Chris Angel turning 56. Alyssa Milano from Who's the Boss and a ton of other things, 51. Football player Warren Sapp, 51. Football player Jake Plummer, 49. And actor Jake Gyllenhaal. You know, for the longest time, I always thought his last name was pronounced Gyllenhaal. And my daughter had to correct me. It's Gyllenhaal, Jake Gyllenhaal. 43 years old for Jake today. On this date in history, not a whole lot of interesting things happening on this date, really. 1843, A Christmas Carol was published for the very first time. So that's about the most interesting thing. Yeah, kind of a boring day in history on this December 19th. Let's see here. Today is on the National Day calendar. We've got National Oatmeal Muffin Day. I'll pass on the oatmeal muffin. Let's see here. We've also got National Hard Candy Day. I will take some hard candy. That's some good stuff there. Let's see here. Moving on. Things you need to know. Or do you? I don't know. Let's decide on this together. The U.S. military. Have you heard this? The U.S. military is the smallest it's been in 89 years. A little bit concerning. Evidently, not a lot of people are signing up to be part of the U.S. military. It's probably that and the fact that technology is used so much in the military. I'm guessing, like with drones and computers and, But anyway, U.S. military, smallest it's been in 89 years. Let's see here. Actor Jonathan Majors, this has been all over the news, found guilty of assault and harassment in a split verdict. Majors was supposed to be playing and has played and was set to be have a huge role in Marvel comic movies, playing mega villain He Who Remains, a.k.a. Kang the Conqueror. In the Marvel Cinematic Universe's phases 4 through 6, sounds like he's out at Disney. Disney giving him the boot after that verdict coming in. So, man, can you imagine how much money he is going to be out of for not being able to play that role? Crazy. Let's see here. Some new stats show that the average American eats an extra meal, the equivalent of an extra meal every day due to their snacking. I can believe that. I'm guilty of that. I snack way too much. But again, the average American eating what turns out to be an extra meal every day. Pope Francis, another sign of the apocalypse. Pope Francis has formally approved allowing priests to bless same-sex marriage, or not same-sex couples, is how this reads. But again, that's Pope Francis. Other news, James McCaffrey, an actor best known for voicing the popular video game character Max Payne, has died after a battle with cancer. If you're into celebrity dating and couples, seems that Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner have split up after just under a year of dating. So Bad Bunny, he is a pro wrestler on occasion. So he and Kendall Jenner, Splitsville. In Texas, I'm hearing several different stories about stuff like this. One with an owl and now one with a possum. In Texas, a family making a shocking discovery that a possum came in with their Christmas tree. They made the discovery after someone heard it sneeze in the tree. They didn't realize the possum was in the tree. So how about that for a Christmas vacation? Christmas vacation had the squirrel. These people have the possum. Let's see here. Pro wrestler Liv Morgan arrested in Florida last week on drug charges. Other news you need to know: after 122 years and after once being the largest company on the planet, U.S. Steel has agreed to be bought out by Nippon Steel, Japan's largest steelmaker, in a deal for $14.1 billion. That's $14.1 billion. That is a lot of money. George Santos threatening to sue late-night talk show host Jimmy Kimmel and ABC for alleged misuse of his cameo clips. And finally, in things you need to know, Apple plans to stop selling some versions of the Apple Watch in the United States as soon as this week to get ahead of what could be one of the most momentous patent disputes in years. Now, that includes the Apple Watch Series 9 and the Apple Watch Ultra 2. So if you want one of those watches, you better grab one quick because sounds like they're going to quit selling those. Hey, it is time for today's Impossible Question. Today's Impossible Question. See if you can answer this. A survey from Career Builder recently found that around 7% of employers have fired someone due to this. What do you think? Obviously, everybody wastes some time at work doing things on a computer. But again, this survey finding that around 7% of employers have fired someone due to this. It is online shopping. So people using their work time to do some online shopping, probably especially around this time of the year, but online shopping getting people fired. Let's do some weird news.
That is weird.
In some weird news, a Wisconsin man and his 6-year-old daughter may have discovered an 1871 shipwreck while fishing off Green Island in Lake Michigan over the summer. Tim Wallach telling WLUK that his daughter Henley first spotted something strange on the sonar and thought it was an octopus. But to Wallach, it looked like a shipwreck. He posted the sonar images to Facebook, and the Wisconsin Historical Society eventually took notice and discovered that it was a shipwreck. So that's an interesting story. And, you know, we always have so many weird news stories. I think we need to make this like a whole segment unto itself. But let's hit it again.
That is weird.
Here's something weird. A Kentucky woman won a $50,000 lottery jackpot thanks to her husband accidentally buying the winning ticket. Again, he accidentally bought it. He actually bought the wrong ticket. Tanya Hammonds of Newport told Kentucky lottery officials she had asked her husband to buy her preferred scratch-off tickets at the Circle K in Newport, Kentucky, but he mistakenly brought home tickets that were shelved just to the right of the tickets that she wanted. They ended up winning $50,000 anyway, so I think that's some pretty good news. And then finally, in some weird news.
That is weird.
I know, it is weird. By the way, good morning to you, Jennifer, Dixie, Julie, Jan, Sandy, and anybody else, Ron, and Sue. Thank you all for tuning in this morning, hanging out with me on a Tuesday morning wake-up. Let's go to Virginia. A woman was delivering a DoorDash order in Virginia when she said she was carjacked at gunpoint by an 11-year-old. What is this world coming to? An 11-year-old and also a young adult. That was with the 11-year-old. Dion Smith, 40 years old, told Scripps News in Richmond that she was making a delivery to an apartment in South Richmond after midnight on November 30th when she was approached by two people. She says, quote, "When I was going inside, I saw two kids outside. The little one approached me. I was thinking he was asking for money or something, but little did I know he was pointing a gun at me and asking for my keys." So an 11-year-old holding up a DoorDash driver. And then one more. I got to hit the button again.
That is weird.
Why? Why do things like this happen? A pedestrian who was hit by a car on Saturday night in Dallas crashed through its windshield. So the person got hit, they hit the windshield, they went through the windshield, and ended up in the passenger seat of the car that hit them. As the driver kept on driving until reaching a Jack in the Box, a restaurant, parking lot in White Settlement in Texas. Now, when police were called to the scene around 11 o'clock Saturday night, they found the victim in the passenger seat dead. Paramedics were called to the scene. Again, the victim was already dead. The driver of the Kia, 31-year-old Nestor Lejuan Flores, told officers that he thought he had hit an animal somewhere between Dallas and the Jack in the Box. The Dallas County Sheriff's Office, which is taking over the case, said the crash happened on Interstate 30. Again, this guy hitting somebody, that person crashing through the windshield, and then basically laying there dead in the passenger seat, and this guy didn't even know it. I think he was on something. So he ended up in jail for that. See here. How about road rage? Anybody out there have road rage? Good morning to you, Barb. Yeah, I'd love to win $50,000 accidentally as well. Road rage. Let's talk road rage. A new study has revealed the states where road rage is causing the most problems in the U.S. And it looks like Colorado takes the top spot. So if you're vacationing or driving through Colorado, look out for some road rage. Other top states for road rage, your top 5 are Colorado, Connecticut, Indiana, Alabama, and Wisconsin. That's kind of surprising. I figured like California or Texas or, one of those bigger states would have a lot of road rage. But Colorado, Connecticut, Indiana, Alabama, and Wisconsin are your top 5. Now, Iowa is in the bottom half of this list of states. If you're in Iowa, you're relatively safe. Not totally safe. There's a little bit of road rage, but that's what's happening there out on our roadways. Hey, hearing, what? You got to protect what you got. I said you got to protect what you got. We're talking hearing. See, that's the joke. Okay, 5 ways to ward off hearing loss. And I am not one to be talking about hearing loss because my headphones are cranked up to 100% right now. It's funny because when my friend Neil helps me out with stuff on Steve Shuttler Media, the first time he put my headphones on to hear what was happening on the computer, it nearly made him deaf. Because I got them cranked up. I probably should have some form of hearing aids. But anyway, if you want to ward off hearing loss, here are a few things to check out. Download a noise measuring app. That way you can measure the decibel levels around you. So a noise measuring app on your phone is helpful. They say also to get earplugs so you can protect your ears from loud noises and environments, probably like mowing, stuff like that, or weed eating, or loud concerts. See, I've been in some bands, some music bands and stuff over the years. I think that's where the majority of my problem is I was in bands, I was in front of monitors with the music blaring back at me, so that didn't help me. Anyway, other things to help your hearing is to check the volume, like in your car or with your headphones like these, like I said, cranked up to 11 right now. Also, test your iron levels, as the nutrient helps carry blood to the ear, and studies have linked deficiencies to hearing issues. So get your iron levels tested. And then also be wary of the painkillers that you're taking. Some over-the-counter drugs and painkillers can damage your hearing. So be careful with the stuff you're taking as far as medications, painkillers, stuff like that. Those can damage your hearing loss. Of course, we are under a week away from Christmas. Men's Health doing a survey says, and they do a survey for the best Christmas rock songs of all time. Although I'm kind of doubting this list because I don't see a whole lot of rock. Like when I think rock, I think like, heavier rock. But like they say, "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree" by Brenda Lee is considered a rock tune. I don't think that's a rock. It's an upbeat, fun tune. But yeah. Anyway, "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree," one of the best Christmas rock songs of all time. Santa. All right. If anybody has heard this next song, you should probably win a prize. I have never heard of "Santa Claus Goes Straight to the Ghetto" by James Brown. Have you heard of that song? "Santa Claus Goes Straight to the Ghetto" by James Brown. James, I'm going to have to Google that. "Santa Claus Goes Straight to the Ghetto" by James Brown. Also, best Christmas rock songs of all time, "Silent Night" by Johnny Cash. I think I've heard that, and I don't think there's anything rock about that. "Run, Rudolph, Run." That's a good tune by Chuck Berry. "Santa Claus is Coming to Town." "Santa Claus is Coming to Town" by Bruce Springsteen. That's a good tune. "Little Saint Nick" by the Beach Boys. "Christmas All Over Again." There you go, by Tom Petty. That's more like rock type stuff. And did you know there is a Christmas song by Weird Al Yankovic called "The Night Santa Went Crazy"? I'm going to have to keep this list and look up some of these songs. "The Night Santa Went Crazy" by Weird Al. Last minute shopping for Christmas. Of course, some people, like me, put off Christmas shopping. I finally did some shopping with Neil over the weekend. Got just a few things. "For Whom the Bell..." Yes, that is a classic Christmas song. "For Whom the Bell Tolls." Neil Crott, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments. I wonder how that would go. I'm trying to think in my brain how that would be a Christmas song. Anyway, last minute shoppers. Approximately 1 in 5 people anticipate they won't finish their Christmas shopping until this week or right up until Christmas Eve. Men, surprisingly, are more likely to complete their holiday shopping later than men, and more than half of the males surveyed they're identifying. Half of the males are identifying themselves as the person who will be last to finish holiday shopping in their family. I will also probably be that person. I will identify as that person. And then among females surveyed, husbands were mentioned most often as the family member who will finish holiday shopping the last. So, guys, we got to hurry up. We got to get on this. Let's do some files of law and disorder. In some news, makes me a little squeamish. A guy named Charlie Glenn, a 49-year-old who endured a gunshot wound, let's just say to the private area. 49-year-old guy shot right in the hoo-ha, expressed his continued love for his ex-girlfriend, Tanya Nestor, who stands accused of pulling the trigger and shooting him down there. Speaking outside of a courtroom where Nestor faces a charge of felonious assault for the alleged attack, Glenn described the incident in a call to emergency services, mentioning that the shot traversed his testicle into his butt cheek and then out his butt cheek. But dang it, he still loves her. Charlie Glenn, he loves his girlfriend, even though she shot him right there. Ow. Got to talk about this. A car thief. All right. So a car thief walks into a bar. No. A car thief put a damper on the plans of 3 robbery suspects in Colorado Saturday after stealing the trio's getaway car. So you have 3 guys robbing what is called a high-low check cashing. I'm not sure what that is. I don't know if that's a place where you get like a quick money, where you go into, I don't know. What is a high-low check cashing? Probably where you cash your checks, huh? I don't know. 3 guys were suspected of robbing this place. Meanwhile, there was a thief that was stealing their car. This happened in Colorado. That is some good stuff. How about a strange law? In Milwaukee, it's illegal for a car to be parked on the street for over 2 hours unless a horse is tied to the car. In some good news, the 150-year-old banyan tree in Hawaii, in Maui, that was heavily damaged in the wildfires back in August, is beginning to sprout new leaves, which is a sign of hope and progress amid the ongoing recovery efforts in that historic town of Lahaina, or I might be mispronouncing that. But again, the banyan tree, 150-year-old banyan tree in Maui, showing signs of life. In a moment of duh. A man, and this is our final story for today, a man who reportedly confessed to we're doing more bank robbing, confessed to robbing a bank in Canton, Ohio, miswrote his demand note to the tellers because he was too high. And that's just me guessing. I've literally never done that in my life, but that's just me guessing how it goes. Charging documents filed on Monday by an FBI agent accused him of giving the bank teller a note with the words, "Give me the," and then the word gun was written below it. So he forgot to put money at the end of the note because he was too high. Hampton then pointed to his waistband several times while telling the employees to hurry up. So you gotta finish. If you're gonna rob a bank, you gotta finish the note. You have to say, "Give me the money." You just can't say, "Give me the." Yeah, I mean, everybody knows that. I've never robbed a bank, and I know that. Give me the money. You have to specify what you want. That way they know. Anyway, they gave him a little bit of money and also a tracker that went with the money, and then they caught him. So he's an idiot. He gets some duh.
Duh.
I like that. Duh. Amy says she just listened to the Santa Claus Ghetto song. Yeah, sounds kind of shady. Just from the title, it sounds shady. So, yeah, give that song a listen from James Brown. Was there any James Brown Christmas? I love it. All right, that does it for today's morning wake up, brought to us by Ottumwa Coasters. Again, tune in tonight. We've got Kyoto Eagle basketball against Montezuma. Girls start at 6, pregame about 5:50, and of course the boys to follow. Those boys are on fire right now. They got through all the competition last week, beat the Linville Sully on Friday. So your highly ranked Kyoto Eagles in action right here on Steve Shetler Media. Tune in. We'll have, again, pregame at 5:50. The girls tip off at 6 for Kyoto Eagle basketball coming up tonight. Otherwise, tune in tomorrow. We'll be back here tomorrow. It'll be Hot Neil Crott and I hanging out in the studio. I don't know if we can top last week or not. We'll try. But yeah, you can't beat a story. Remember last week we were talking about a couple of otters and a prairie dog and a man from Taiwan. Probably write a Christmas song about that. There's a Christmas song in there somewhere. Anyway, later on today, though, we'll have our In Remembrance Of video coming up at 8 here shortly. Also this evening, at noon, I should say. Coming up at noon, we'll have what's happening in Southeast Iowa. By the way, if you are watching, and I know there's a few of you watching, if you have something going on that is like a community event, it's free to the public, or something of interest like a church event, something like that, give me the info and I'll get it on the What's Happening video that goes up at noon today. And then, let's see, well, we might have the Be the Light ministry video this evening at some point. We'll have to squeeze that in before or after Keota basketball, so tune in for that. Anyway, that's what's happening. That's what's shaking here at Steve Shetler Media. Thanks to you for tuning in this morning. As always, thanks to our sponsors. My other hand is over here. You can't see it because I can never remember which finger is pointing at what. So right there. Thank all of our sponsors as always. That is the main thing, people. Make my sponsors happy. Tell them that you're seeing their advertising here on Steve Shetler Media. That is the thing that you could do that would help me the most. So anyway, that'll do it for our morning wake up. Brought to us by Tumble Coasters. We'll see you tomorrow.